Good evening traders and welcome to Trades FX. It's Tuesday the 30th of January 2024 and the time is not long about to turn 22:12 p.m. UK or AM UK time. Traders, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well, traders. Hope you're all having a great start to your trading year. So far I've had 2 trades, 2 losses. That's trading. And the truth of the matter is, it's a case of sticking to our system and hoping at some point that that's going to turn around. Now, I've got quite a complicated trade I want to talk to you about here. It's a trade that I've spotted. It's a trade that there's definitely some opportunity in there. But it's a trade that is more technically based rather than fundamentally. And let me just explain to you what I mean here. Let me just get into the chart. So let's just get into it and let me just show you what I mean. So here I am. I'm on the monthly chart of the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Now, if you're trading longer term, you can see that this pair has been going, and this is a monthly chart, remember, this pair has literally been going sideways. This is a sideways channel if I ever saw one. Price, let me just get my tool here. Price is literally bouncing up and down in between these extremities here, okay, and not doing an awful lot else. Now, what does that mean for us as traders? Well, let me just clear this. What it means is longer term, we're not really in the too longer term, we're not really interested, but sort of medium to shorter term, there is some opportunity. And this is where your Fibonacci comes in, because even though I have no idea where this chart could go long term, when I say long term, remember we're on a monthly chart here. I don't know whether this chart's going to go up or whether it's going to go down. The fundamentals to me and the sentiment is quite confusing. So I'm not prepared to make any sort of a call on a longer term basis. But as I look at this chart, there are certainly some patterns setting up technically that I may be able to take advantage of. Those patterns are Fibonacci based, and I just want to show you how this pair is respecting Fibonacci, and as you can already see, it's respecting the extremities of this channel. So if I was to grab this Fibonacci extension and I went from this high to this low and I took a fib expansion of this swing, you don't see anything there. There's nothing there. But if I take a fib extension back up into this high, look at where price comes in. Look at where price settles. Okay, let me fatten this up. Look at where price settles, finds support, and then pushes up right at the equal legs 127 of that swing. And remember, we're here on a monthly chart. What else is there? What if I take a fib extension from this low up to this high and back down to the next low, which is here? Let me just move that to the left there. So it's this swing here. Look at where price spikes up into and then sells off to the downside. It's an equal legs fib extension or fib expansion of this swing here. So on a monthly chart, I can see that we're respecting Fibonacci. Okay, and maybe somewhere down the line, there may be some opportunity. Let's go down to the daily chart. So here we are now on the daily chart, and as you can see, we're within that same channel. And what I'm interested in now is this price action in around here. So what's going on here? All right, so let me just have a look at this. Let me just have a closer look. And remember, on the monthly chart, we were looking at, let's just go back up into the monthly chart. And I'm sorry to move around so quickly, but on the monthly chart, we were looking at these big swings. This is what we were looking at. If I can get this tool. This is what we were looking at, this, and this, okay? And then this, and then from here, up to here, down to here, and back up there. Those are the things that I've been looking at, and that's what's giving us those Fibonacci extensions. So now I'm on the daily chart. Is there anything on a smaller time frame. Well, what about, let's have a look at this now. Let me just have a closer look. Remember, we're within that channel. How about if I took a fib extension, if I grab that from this high, let me think about this now. From this high here to this low and back up into this high just here. Look at that. Price moves into our one equal legs 127 before it reverses. Is there anything else? How about if I get the fib extension and I go from this low to this high and back down in? Look at where the fib extension comes in before price sells off, right into that fib, right into that equal legs 127 move. So we are definitely respecting fib extension. So that brings us to where we are in price now. And I want to show you a trade idea that I have, which we're going to see if it plays out. So what you've got, or what I have here, is I've got this impulsive move to the downside, okay? And after that impulsive move, we have a correction, okay? And price is corrected in here, and this is the kind of thing that I'm expecting to happen, okay? Because after this impulsive move and this correction here, I believe that the correction still has a little bit more way to go before we potentially then go back to the downside. Now, I can't just get into this market, but I have to look for, because the fundamentals are very sketchy here, I have to be a little more accurate and a little bit more careful in how I go in about this trade. So what's going to prompt me to get into this trade? Please excuse my voice here. I've got quite a bad cold, which I've had for a bit, and you can probably hear it in my voice. So I do apologise about that. So where do I expect price to go to? Well, in this move, well, first things first, within this leg here, there is a pattern that I like. There is a pattern within this leg here that I like, and it culminates at the bottom here, okay? So, okay, and within this correction now, here, there is also a pattern that I believe means that this leg is not yet over. I believe we've got some more travel to the long side before this turns down. So the question then becomes, well, okay, where could this move go to before it turns down, if I'm right? Remember, I don't know. And this is what I'm banking on. Because this chart is respecting Fibonacci, I'm going to take it that if I take a Fibonacci retracement from this high to this low, okay, this is my 618 level. What I'm hoping for is that price is going to push up into this 618 fib retracement of this swing, maybe give me some kind of pattern up here, and then start to turn down. So I'm looking to play this move up into this 618. Is there anything else there that makes me think that that could be the level it turns at? Well, what about if I get a fib extension of this leg here? I'll go from the low up into the high. Now a fib expansion gives me nothing because price, if I drop there, price is way up there. But if I bring it down and make it a fib extension of that leg, and the difference between a fib extension and a fib expansion is that a fib extension only takes in this leg of the move, okay? Whereas a fib expansion takes in the impulsive move and the correction and then projects that. But if I make it a fib extension, look where the 127 fib extension comes in. Right just above that level there. So this is the play. Let me just get rid of this. This is the play. As I'm going to now go down to the 3-hour chart, okay, and this is the pattern that I'm now interested in. This pattern here, is now the pattern that I'm interested in, because I now believe that this pattern is exhausted at this level, and price is now ready to push to the long side up into that 61.8 127 fib extension that I've just mentioned. And this is why it's quite complicated, because none of this is based on fundamentals or sentiment. It's all based on technicals. So how am I going to play this? I'm going to go down to the lower time frames, and I'm going to look at this leg here. This leg is now the leg that I'm interested in. Okay, and to me this leg looks like it's exhausted. Okay, the bars are getting smaller. Okay, the volume as price pushes down is decreasing, which tells me that we may have some buying pressure coming into the market. But I'm not just going to jump into this trade because it's technically based. As I said earlier, I have to be really, really careful. So let me go down to the 1 hour chart. Okay, look at how price is sort of, let me just fatten this up. Did you see this little candle here, this one here, this candle here? That could be the low. That could be the low of this leg here. Okay, and that's what I'm banking on. So I've got a low risk opportunity here to get some pips in, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a limit order for price to take me in. I want to see price push up and take me in, and hopefully then push up to the highs that I'm interested in. What does that mean? So let me just get my tool here. It's a long position tool. So I'm going to be quite conservative with this. I want price to push up quite a bit, maybe up to here. Okay, let me just narrow that down. Okay, and then I want price to push up further up here. Okay, so this is the play. Let me just pull this in a little bit, go up to the 3 hour chart, and let's just get a little bit more perspective on what we need to do in this pair. Okay, there's the deal. Okay, so I did say I was going to fatten that up, but now is not the time. So the reality is we're going to pull this down a little bit. We're going to go 50 pips. Now, where could price go to? Well, if you remember, let me just go up to the daily chart. In fact, the monthly chart. Okay, remember we're in this channel, aren't we? So price, I'm thinking price is going to push up to these highs, but I'm not going to play all the way up to there. Let's go back down. Let's get in here. Let's push this right up in here. Okay, so this is where I think price could get to. In fact, I believe price could go beyond that. Okay, but I'm not going to play for too much. Now, let me just think about this a little bit more carefully here. Let me get to this. That's actually incorrect. Let me just get back to what I said, and this is where I'm going to play to. That's the plan. But do you see how easy it is to get carried away? What you saw there was me getting carried away with an idea that was outside of my plan. And because I know my plan so well, okay, I've just reeled myself back in and got back with the program. This is what I was talking about, isn't it? Into this 618 fib extension. So if I fatten this up, can I make this bigger? Let's just have a look. Can I make that bigger? That's better. That's much better. Okay. So what this makes this 57.2%, 57.2 pip risk, 207.8 pip potential profit. Okay, which makes it a 3.63 to 1 risk reward. So let's just go down the time frames. Let's get this trade set up and see what can happen. So create a limit order. It's a stop order. Okay, I don't want to risk any more than 0.5% on this trade. So as you can see, I put 0.5% in here, and we're looking for price to take us in. We're not going to get in at the market. Okay, we're going to hope for price to push up, take us in, and then go to our stop. So let's get that set up here. Okay, so let's now delete this, and let's just make sure that everything is in place. Okay, we're looking good, aren't we? So what I'm looking for is price to push up, take us in. As I go back up the time frames, let's go up to the 9-hour chart, and then hopefully go up to this area here. And this is all technical. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just set myself an alert, because if price pushes up through that line, that means our trade has been triggered. Traders, welcome to TradesFX. Let's see what happens here. You know, we sticking to a plan. It's a technical plan. It's something that I've spotted in the market. Based on the bigger time frames, we could be in for a nice little short-term trade here, playing the momentum. So traders, thanks for checking in with me. Come and subscribe to the channel if you've been liking the videos, and I'll catch you soon. Take care, traders. I apologise about the cold, by the way. Take care. Good morning, traders, and welcome to TradesFX. It is Wednesday, the 31st of January 2024, and as you can see here, it's 11 minutes past 7 a.m. UK time. Very, very quick video here, traders. As you can probably see here in the corner, we have a trade that's triggered in the night. So let's just go across to the chart here. And let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get rid of this now, because as you can see, this is the alert that I set yesterday or last night regarding to this trade of the US dollar, Canadian dollar. So let me just get rid of that now. So as you can see here, let me go down to let's stay on the daily chart. As you can see, we've entered the trade. We're 7 pips up currently, and we're now in. So as I said before, in the build up to this trade, we're looking for a push up into this area here. Let's see if we can't bag ourselves 207 pips. And it's really just about managing this trade now, keeping an eye on it, and hoping you have a positive outcome. But you know, nothing's guaranteed. So let's see what happens, traders. We'll keep an eye on it. Just shooting this video really to show you that we've been triggered, and also that it is live. Here, there's the digital clock there. So we're going to keep an eye on this now and see what happens. And traders, come across and subscribe, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. Take care, traders.